Must you borrow money for marriage? Today, we're asking a question that has quietly ruined a lot of people financially, but nobody really talks about it. Must you borrow money for marriage? Because somewhere along the line, love became a performance, wedding became competitions, and debt became normal. We took this question to the internet and the answers were raw, honest, and in some cases painful. Let's get into it. What do you really think? Welcome to What Do You Think podcast. It's Onome Agbaje hosting this amazing podcast. So I have answers based on the survey we carried out, and I'm going to be reading them out to you. I'll give my personal opinion. I want you to also drop your opinion in the comment section as we begin. Let's dive in. Must you borrow money for marriage? For wedding. Let me never say for marriage, for wedding. Because to me, personal opinion, I don't know for others. Before I read out what people say, personal opinion, the wedding celebration, it is not a do or die affair. It's not that if I don't do it, I will die. If I don't do it, my marriage will not stand. If I don't do it, people will not say, see the marriage you did. You can't afford to run into debt after your wedding celebration because you want to plan life with your partner and you don't want to start planning based on how do we pay off the money we borrowed to do the wedding. I don't know if that makes any sense. Let me see what other people say if it actually relates to my own opinion. Okay, this person says, no, if you can't afford it, scale it down. Marriage is for life, wedding is for one day. Sadly, the wedding is just one day. Like, you're going to be dancing, you're going to be eating, you can't even eat all the food in this world on that day because it's just one day, and it's not even up to 24 hours. It's for few hours of the day. 6 p.m., 7 p.m. of that day, you are back to your hotel room, you're back to your house, you're sleeping, you're tired. So why should you borrow money that you will pay for a long term just for one day? I don't know if it makes sense. I don't know why people are doing it, but I think I'm going to ask this question. Why do people borrow money for wedding? Why? If you know the answer, put it in the comment section. All right, this person says, borrowing for wedding makes no sense to me. Starting marriage with debt is unnecessary pressure. You're going to be pressured like, this person is going to ask for money for cake. Maybe you did not pay for cake. DJ is asking for their money. Some of them is on that day that they are doing the wedding. The money they are spraying them. That's what they are using to pay for all of the expenses they incurred to plan for the wedding. The cake designer or the decorator is not asking for money that they sprayed you on your wedding day. It doesn't make any sense. If you're not ready for it, stay in your house. Nobody's forcing you to get married. I don't know, it's just my personal opinion. Nobody should cover me for this. This person says, I borrowed 10 million for my wedding and my marriage lasted for 3 months. Hey! P.S. Marry for peace, not for public view. This is a real life experience. This is someone, I don't want to mention the name. This is someone sharing her experience. She borrowed 10 million naira for wedding and the wedding lasted for 3 months. Christ. If you're not a dollar or Dangote daughter, how will you start paying off 10 million naira? You don't own one big business investment. You entered into wedding with into marriage with a 10 million naira debt. And the wedding just started for 3 months. So you and your husband, you have signed paper and say, okay, I'm not doing again. How are you going to pay back? This is funny. Please, if you know a way, let me know in the comment section because I don't know what to tell this person. So how do you plan? How do you intend on paying back 10 million naira you borrowed for marriage? I think it's a mentality thing in Nigeria. Because we're on social media, we're online, we see what's going on, celebrity weddings and all of that, and we're pressured. The society has created a space for this whereby if you don't do it like this, you are not part of it. The saying that says if you cannot beat them, you join them, or if you cannot beat them, you leave them sort of a thing. So many people do not want to be part of the I left them. They want to be part of the I joined them because of the standard the society has created. But the standard the society created, does that define your future? Does that define your life? Does that define the home you want to build with your partner, the one you choose or you chose to stay with for better or for worse? I do not think the society should define that. So the society should not define the kind of wedding you should have. The society should not define if you should borrow or not borrow to do your wedding. The society shouldn't define. But we have created a culture which was never in existence. Back in the days, people weren't doing elaborate wedding. You see father and mother, first son, relatives and all of that in the sitting room. They do it quietly. The groom takes his wife wife home, they mate, they consummate their marriage, and boom, that's it. But now, you want to rent a hall of 50 million naira. I'm not saying if you have the money, don't do it. Please, for all means, do it. If you have the money, you have the cash, why not? What's stopping you? It is what you want. But when you do not have it and you've decided to let the standard, the society, that social media has built to influence your life, then I think you're making a terrible mistake. Let me not say, oh, I'm not a marriage coach, so let's get on to it. Number 4, it depends. Some people borrow money because of family expectations and culture, not because they want to impress strangers. Exactly. I just talked about the cultural aspect, but this aspect is something we need to look at. Family, a relative, family expectation. My child's wedding. We must carry this. We must carry this ashoke. We must carry this agbada. We must carry this ankara. We must carry this sample lace. Your mother, your father, your sisters will not stay in the same house with you and your husband. They won't cook with you and your husband. They won't buy Christmas rice and chicken with you and your husband. They won't sleep on the same bed with you and your husband. So why should they define the wedding you and your husband want to have? Why should their expectations matter? We know, we're not talking about the bride price here. At least the man should be able to pay the bride price according to the African tradition, which I advocate for. But anything other than the bride price, I think that should have a rethink. That should have another sit down talk with family. Mommy, you want to buy lace, you want to carry this ashoke, you want to carry that ashoke. I don't have the money. And please, parents, let not pressure our children into doing what they cannot afford, and then they run into debt. Tomorrow, if loan sharks are pursuing them for money here and there, the mother will not answer. In fact, his mother will be like, Tayo, you borrowed money, who sent you? Shebi, you would have told me, would have done it small like this in the parlor, would have done this. But it's the same mother you did it for. Please, let's be wise. This is 2026. For those of us getting married in 2026, please take some answers from this. So let's move on. I didn't borrow. We did all small wedding and used the money to rent an apartment. Zero regret. Okay, this is another person sharing his or her experience. One is saying, oh, they didn't borrow, they did small wedding and used the money to rent an apartment. Zero regret. Please, I hope somebody is listening to this. If you have small money, you don't have big money, you are not $10 Dangote, Davido and the host of others, or you don't own one big shop, please do a small wedding. Use the remaining money to rent an apartment and stay with your partner if you don't have your own house yet. Please, it's beg, we are begging. And number 6, I think this is the last question answer we have. This is the last answer we have. So borrowing is optional, but social media pressure makes people feel like a simple wedding is a failure. Alone, I said it. I didn't even know I was coming to an answer like this before I talked about social media pressure, because social media has created a standard that everybody wants to follow. Everybody wants to be a part of it. Please. But saying borrowing is optional, I'm of the opinion that borrowing shouldn't even be part of the option. It should not is optional, no. It shouldn't be a necessity. It shouldn't even be part of what you're thinking if you want to go into that do or die affair with somebody. Because marriage it is say till death do you part. So please, if you want to go into that union, that bonding together, you want to do it, borrowing shouldn't be any of the option. It's not a matter of optional. It shouldn't even come to your list at all, because you don't want to enter into marriage with pressure. Even people with big businesses, even people that are rich and all of that, even when they don't even have up to that money, they want to do that $10 wedding. They go borrow 100 million, go borrow 50 million, and inside marriage, you people are paying debt. You cannot eat. Fake life everywhere. You're on social media. Please, the standard social media has created shouldn't. I think this is a take home for everybody, or anyone watching this. The standard created by social media, not by you now, created by social media, shouldn't be a determining factor of how you live your life, how you spend the rest of the days on earth with that Mr. Right, with that bone of your bone and flesh of your flesh, with that one you want to be with forever. Please, social media is a space, and you are ought to use it for its purpose. Social media has a purpose, not for your life, not for your marriage. It has its purpose. It was designed for a reason. Look for it, find it, and make use of it, and don't destroy your life because of it. So there you have it. It's real answers from real people with real consequences. Whether you believe borrowing for a wedding is a sacrifice or a mistake, one thing is clear: the wedding lasts one day, but the debt and the marriage last much longer. If this conversation made you uncomfortable, good. That's how growth starts. Share this episode with someone planning a wedding. Drop your opinion in the comment section, and don't forget to follow the podcast for more honest conversations about money, culture, real life, Africa in general. Until next time. Choose peace, not pressure. Hiya!